Shalom, shalom, it's Brother Kadash. I want to start off by giving our praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rakah Kadash, double honors to the apostles, great millstone. Peace, blessings, and honors to all the brothers in this truth, especially all the brothers teaching the truth of the Bible and teaching the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. This is just more on this Kid Cudi thing. It says the dress Kid Cudi wore on SNL is part of a collaboration with Off-White. So when I had put up a video about what had happened with him wearing this dress on stage, it got thousands of views, hundreds of comments on it, and a lot of men were coming in there trying to stick up for this, saying things like, "Oh, well, he was doing it for a tribute to Kurt Cobain," and we was like, "No, that's the cover. That's what it is on a surface level. Things are not what they always appear to be. You have to look in deeper." Now we seeing the sincerity of that was all BS. Because if that was just a tribute and you was just doing a tribute, why are you now selling dresses to men? See, it goes deeper than what you see, and this is what we were trying to tell people in the comments. It goes deeper than what you see because now you're trying to sell dresses to men in a collaboration and something that you're going to make money off of. See, this is to keep our people in sin because it is a sin. This is First Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices. So we weren't ignorant of what he was trying to do, that he sold out. And more proof of that he sold out is this article showing you, look, not only was it just a tribute and he was just doing that because, and you can't do, everything must be done decency and order. Here, let me see if I can find that one. Everything must be done in decency and order. This is First Corinthians chapter 14, right? Verse 40, let all things be done decency and order. So you can't do something in sin against the law and say, well, I was trying to do a tribute. You still have to be in order. You still have to be under the law if you're going to do something. So we were telling you right off the bat, it's wicked because of that. And it doesn't matter what reason he did it for. A sin is a sin. And this is a sin according to the Bible. This is Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. A woman should not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God. What is he wearing? And now it's a collaboration. He's trying to go farther than the tribute, and he's trying to sell the dress now. So men could buy this dress and be walking around just like him. So our people could just be in sin all over. All his followers and stuff. See, this is wicked. This is why you have to get rid of people coming on come board like, let him just live. Let him do what he wants to do. Why are you threatened by this? Why are you speaking on this? You know, a lot of women too. And there was righteous women on there too that was saying that this was wicked and that was speaking up against this. But a lot of women, and one thing I've seen, the other nations, they go by that whole thing, let everybody do what they want to do. Especially when it comes to our people being wicked. You see, when it comes to our people being out of order, the other nations go by that whole let anybody do what they want to do. Because there's a reason for them to keep us in sin, mean that they continue to reign over us. They continue to have power over us as long as we're in sin, because we don't have our power with us, which is our Lord, because that's who we're sinning against. It's our Lord, our power. Now let's read this. Kid Cudi sent the internet into a frenzy, which he did, because that video got thousands of views. This weekend, after he chose to pay tribute to a former, Kurt Cobain. Allegedly, that's what it is on the surface, but you got to look deeper. Things are deeper than the surface. It's smoking mirrors. Right, it says during the second performance of the night, Kid Cudi came on stage in a flower pattern custom off-white dress equipped with sturdy spaghetti straps, and he sang "Sad People" comfortably, and even Kersey, the crowd applauds his performance. He did that little Kersey thing. He grabbed both sides of the dress and he kind of like dipped at the end. That's woman behavior, man. Here he is. He's supposed to be a Hebrew Israelite strong man doing this. Crazy, right? And people standing up for this. Fans quickly realized Cudi's wardrobe choices were just particular. They were actually part of a well thought out plan to honor one of his favorite musicians. And it's even well thought out more than that. It goes deeper than that. And this is why we're telling you not to be ignorant of Satan's devices. It says, let me get straight to the point. It says, Cudi also revealed that the dress is part of an upcoming Off-White collection he's curating. I'm doing a collection with Off-White and the dress will be included. Virgil took to Instagram to praise Cutter as well. Freedom is as freedom does. So the point is that they're doing a collaboration with Off-White to sell these dresses to more men. Can't make this up, man. This is crazy. And this is why we jumped on these things and we rebuked. Because a lot of people are saying, look, you shouldn't say anything. You shouldn't judge him. Well, what does the word rebuke mean? What does it mean to rebuke your neighbor? Here, let me see if I can find that. I think that's Isaiah. What's that? Isaiah 58? Is that Isaiah 58? What does this mean then? Isaiah 58 verse 1. Cry out loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. It says spare not. It says, matter of fact, lift up your voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins, which I did in that video, which was Deuteronomy 22 verse 5. But here come all these people that still want to stand up for it. There was a lady in there, she was religious, probably a Christian, but she didn't want to say, and she was standing up for this stuff. Have she read the Bible? Has she read the whole Bible? Has she ate the whole row? A lot of you Christians? No. You go read Paul's writings or you read a section of the Bible and you don't really understand it. You have to eat the whole row. You have to eat the whole thing, man. Crazy, right? This is Judith chapter 5. Judith chapter 5 here. Let me see where I want to get it. I'm going to go for verse 17. And while they sin not before their God, they prosper. So when we didn't sin and didn't do things like this, we prospered. And this is why Kid Cudi and a lot of these artists and entertainers and these guys behind the scenes that's making them do this, they're making them do this to keep our people in sin so we won't prosper as a people. Now you get us being in the ghettos in the positions we are in to this day. It says, because God that has iniquity with them. Right. This is iniquity, what he's doing. It says, but when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captive into land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by enemies. See, we lost our battles and our cities taken by enemies. We were destroyed. And this is what happened. This is why we went into the transatlantic slave trade and we haven't been back to our land since. But we're going to, the elect that want to follow the Lord, follow Deuteronomy 22 and 5, the law, statutes, and commandments, right? We're going to inherit the land back and we're going to inherit the kingdom forever. It says, but now they are returned to their God and are come up from the places where they were scattered and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated on the hill of the country, for it was desolate. So we going to return, right? But verse 20 says, now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error, sinning, Deuteronomy 22 verse 5, in this people, and they sin against their Lord, let us consider that this should be their ruin, and let us go up and we shall overcome them. And that's the point. That's why, like we say, every burger that you see at a burger joint, the top burger has bacon on it. You got these basketball players selling Subway sandwiches and stuff, and you know they saying, look, mine got bacon on it. You got Kid Cudi going out there on the stage with dress and then having a collaboration with Off-White to sell dresses to say what? Look, you guys could buy dresses and wear dresses. It's all set up to keep us in sin, but they do it in crafty ways. They have our own people do it. So we gonna follow our own people before we follow them. So they set up these. Did y'all not watch the movie Judas and the Black Messiah? They infiltrate. They have your own people set you up to keep us in sin, because if we're in sin, like it says, Judith 5 verse 20, let us go up and overcome them. Let us consider that this should be their ruin. So they could come up against us, because this is going to be a ruin, going all the way back to Adam and Eve. No man could come up against the man of Adam, but when they sinned, then the serpent, through deceptive and very crafty ways, then sin entered into the world through Eve. But Adam also got the curses in Eve. So it's the same thing, man. And then they say, well, you don't have to do this today. You could do what you want today. Well, here is, let's just cover all angles, right? Romans chapter 3, verse 31. Do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid. Yeah, we establish the law. So do we make a void of Deuteronomy 22, verse 5 through faith? No, God forbid. What does the word forbid mean? Go look it up, Google it. It says, yeah, we establish the law. What does establish mean? Go Google it. So we supposed to establish this law. And leaving you off right here, for those that, come to the comment board and got a lot to say and say you should let him do whatever he wants to do and not say anything. This is Matthew 5. I should get the whole thing, but I'm just going to get straight to the point. Verse 19. Whosoever there shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, like y'all come in the comment boards on that video I made, and y'all saying, no, he could do whatever you want to do. You teaching that you could break the commandments, right? He should be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same should be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So we know the Israelites, the 2/3, are going to be in the kingdom because those are going to be the ones that's called least in the kingdom. So how are they going to be in the kingdom if they're going to be destroyed? Well, they're going to be reincarnated. They're going to be born as babies back into the kingdom. That's how all Israel should be saved. But there's going to be a difference. Those who are teaching it should be called least. So those who's teaching it right now on this side that you don't have to keep the commandments going to be called least. Those who's teaching that you do are going to be called great. And there, there's just nothing to say about that. That's a red letter New Testament straight from the Lord. Anyways, I'm going to say salvation to the elect. Hopefully this has been edifying. Shalom.